Today we're talking YouTube thumbnails, silver stacking community, and ridiculousness. All coming up next on Bullion Breakdown. Welcome back to the Bullion Breakdown. We are taking a look at silver pumpers, or we're going to talk a little more about silver pumpers today, and some of the things they do to drive me crazy as a silver stacker. But mostly I want to address the negative tone and the misinformation that comes in things like video titles and the thumbnails for sure. So let's take a deeper look at some of the really bad ones. And I'm actually going to highlight some of the ones that I like in the community that are a little more positive and less alarming to the user. So let's start with one, and listen, I'm not taking shots at anybody or any of these channels, but at some point you gotta call it out that it's just like horrific. So I'm gonna start with Bullion News, and here's a few that will just shock you. So these two are excellent examples. Look at the top, $30,000 gold in the next few weeks, so what is going on with a message like this? It couldn't be more misleading and more ridiculous. And I can't believe that they're doing this. The bottom one, maybe a little bit less sensationalist there, but still, just to go straight to, it's going to make you rich. I mean, come on. They need to be a little more balanced than that. Okay, let's move on to maybe a few other ones here. We'll show some examples of a little more tamer one. And this is a channel that I actually quite like watching, and I like the gentleman who speaks. It's Ron, and it's Ron's Basement. But the sensationalism of some of his thumbnails just drives me up the wall a little bit. And here, we'll show you two good examples. There's one here for gold, $350,000 gold standard being produced, and lots of content around that. But really sort of misinforms sort of what's going on with that particular metal. And then you have $85 silver and FOMO type themed thumbnails just to drive the clicks. So I would caution other creators, and I'm new, so how dare I say anything, but just to be more authentic with your audience and to be true with what the content's gonna showcase. Because if you're talking about $350,000 gold per ounce, I don't know how you're going to connect authenticity to that message or that piece of content. So I just wanted to call that out, that it is again ridiculous in this community that we have to go to those lengths to get a click instead of offering really good precious metal content and talking and showcasing metals. Now I imagine no channel gets this perfect or consistent even, and it's probably hit and miss, and everything's an experiment for each particular channel. But there are a few that do it really well. I like Silver Dragons, actually. I like his content. I've been a long time watcher there. But if you look at this example, I think it does a really good job of explaining what the content is about, showcasing the actual content, and then the title does do a good job of aligning all of those things. And when you get to that piece of content, it's exactly what you would expect. So really good example of, it's not a positive, it's not overly positive in any way, but it does a good job of driving intrigue. I like Salivate Metal in the old school sort of OG model of his approach, where he just takes good old metal shots and, encompasses really simple messaging on his thumbnails and to the point in his titles. So this is a really good example, and you can see here there's a few that probably are really easy to understand what they're about really quickly. That's a great example of a channel in the precious metal category that does a good job of engaging through thumbnail and title. I should probably get some gold out for this one because it's 2 is 1, and I really like this channel, and you can see here, very consistent approach. I mean, the content is great, a lot of gold content, really intelligent guy. I love the way that he talks. But if you can see in how he approaches his thumbnails and his titles, very consistent look and feel, and you really understand that it's him when you see those thumbnails scrolling through your feeds or what have you. So excellent look at how to do that there as well. Last channel I'm going to highlight just to on this topic, or that does it well and isn't sensationalizing absolutely every video that they put out there in the precious metal field, but I would say Silver Britches. And this is another OG for me. I've been watching this guy for years. I love his stuff, and I actually love his artwork and his videography. Like, his actual videos are great. I don't know, he's got like some like ridiculously good camera, and he's just smart and trained in that. But this channel does it right. Really like the look here. So yeah, I think this video just turned more into a rant and more of a highlight of who does good versus bad. I actually don't want to pick on channels, and that's certainly not my intention here. But I would say that Bullion News needs to work on its game because it can't have a level 10 problem with every single video that it sends out there. The world can't be ending tomorrow, and we're not all going to get rich in the next 32 minutes because Bullion News writes a headline and a thumbnail suggesting that we might as stackers. So I don't know, guys. If you guys like content like this, let me know. The only way I'm going to know if this is actually good is if you guys give me some feedback. And it would be really amazing if you guys could leave a like, a comment, subscribe, do all that stuff on the channel, and I would really greatly appreciate it. Beyond that, I've got some other videos on the screen here. Feel free to check those out. This has been Bullion Breakdown. We'll check you out on the next one. Take care.